Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Okay, let us continue our discussion. In today's video we will talk about equation balancing with algebraic method. Like last time we discussed the equation balancing with hit and trial method. Now I will discuss with you another method which is called algebraic method. Just keep this method as a backup method. Like if you are not able to solve your question with hit and trial method, you can try to solve it with algebraic method. What we do here, we just suppose, like in mathematics and algebra, maximum questions we solve by supposing variables. So we suppose here that we have a here, small a, we have a b here, we have a c here, and we have a d here. Now what is our target? Our target is to find the values of this a, b and c, d. Okay, now what we do, steps. I will also mention here steps. What is the step 1? First step is to write the individual equations. Like we want to write the equations for them. It's not hard, very easy, little long, just like writing for carbon. If you write for carbon, how many carbons we have here? 3 times a. So we have 3a carbons on the reactant side, no other carbon is there. Now how many we have on the product side? We have 1, so 1 into c is c. So we have 3a equals to c. This is the equation for carbon. Now let's write for hydrogen. If we write for hydrogen, we have 8 hydrogens times a, so we have 8a. And on the product side, what we have here, we know hydrogen, here we have, so 8a equals to 2d. Now let us try for oxygen. If we try for oxygen, how many oxygens we have here? 2 times b, so we have here 2b equals to what? Here we have 2c plus d. 2c plus d. Why? Because we have 2c, here we have d, in between addition, so 2c plus d. We have the equations. Step 1 done. Now if we go to step 2, what is step 2? Always you can use the value of a equals to 1. Use the value of a equals to 1 and find the values with the help of these equations. Now you can see here, if your a is 1, what will be your c? So 3a equals to c. So 3 into 1 equals to c. So the value of c will be what? Value of c is 3. So now I have two variables I have got my a and I have got my c. Now let's find the others too. If 8a is equals to 2d, so what will be the value of d? 8 into a is 1 equals to 2d. So the d value will be how much? You can solve. 8 ones are 8 divided by 2, so the d value will be 4. We got the value of d also. Now I want the value of b. I put the values in this equation, I will get my b here. So what will be that? 2b equals to what? 2 into c. C value is 3, so 2c it will be what? 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. So b will be what? B will be 5. I got my 4 variables. Now if I replace them in the question, my equation will be balanced. Like my equation is what? My equation says it's a combustion equation, like C3H8 plus O2 will give me what? CO2 plus H2O. I suppose that this coefficient of mine is A, this coefficient of mine is B, this coefficient is C, and this coefficient is D. Now just put the values. We just calculated their values. A is 1, okay, B was calculated to be 5, C is 3, and D is 4. You can check your equation is balanced now. You have 3 carbons, you have 3 carbons. You have 8 hydrogens, you have 8 hydrogens. You have 3 2s are 6, 6 plus 4 10, 10 oxygens here, you have 10 oxygens here. So this method is called algebraic method. If you want, let us solve another question. For practice, let's use another question for practice. Do the same thing. Put here an A, put here a B, put here a C, and put here a D. Okay, now try to balance it. First step is what? What is the first step? Write the equations. Right, for AG, let's write the equation. It's A1, 1 times A is 1, so A equals to what? Here, what's the value of AG here? D, 1, so A equals to D. This is the equation for AG. Now let us write for nitrogen. Nitrogen is here, multiplying with A, so A equals to what? Here we have 2 nitrogens only, So 2 times C, so A is equals to 2C. Right? Now let us try and write for oxygen. We write for all of them so that we get more equations, more easily they can be solved. Here 3 oxygens are here. So 3A. Here where is the oxygen? Here is oxygen only with here C. 3 plus 3 2s are 6. 6 into C will be what? 6C. Anything left? Copper. Copper is left. Copper is here. We have here in the B format with the variable B. So we can write here B equals to what? B is equals to what? B is equals to C. So we got the equations. Now what we want to solve them, and to solve them we do what? We use that A is equals to 1. If let's say A equals to 1, if A is 1, then can we calculate the other? D will also be 1 from this equation. If A is 1, D is also 1. Okay, now what will be C? C, A is equals to 2C. So here we have 1 equals to 2C. What will be the value of C? C value is half. We got the value of C to be half. Okay, now how will you calculate this equation? We don't need, but we know that B is equals to C. So we can say that B value is also half. So if you will put here in the question, you will see that your equation is balanced. Let's try here. If I replace their values, here you will get another point to know. Here it is 1, we calculated. B is half. Okay, C is again half, and D is again 1. So this equation is balanced now. That's 1 Ag, it's 1 Ag. 1 nitrogen, this is 2 nitrogens, half will make it also 1. Oxygen is 3 here, here it is 6, 6 into half is also 3. So this equation is balanced. But you can do one more step. Sometimes you may have seen questions written that your answer balance it through a whole number. Balance it through a whole number. But here this half is not a whole number. Now what you can do to make this a whole number? See, this is also half, this is also half. So what you do? Times this all equation by 2. If you times it by 2, what it become? It will become, this will be 2. Half into half, like times it by, sorry, half into 2 will be what? It will be 1. It will be 1. It will be 2. So it will be a whole number balanced. Although if you don't want to do the step, the last step is also correct. But if you want to balance it through whole number, you just times it by the smaller value. Like for example, it is like 1 over 2. If it is like 1 over 4, then you times the equation by 4, so that it will all be a whole number. Thank you guys. This is a very important concept of equation balancing, because in chemistry when you want to do other fields, like you want to study stoichiometry, you want to study thermodynamics, rate of reaction, or any question you will try to solve, if your equation is not balanced, you cannot continue with the question. So you should do some good amount of practice for equation balancing, because it is the very first step of many questions. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for your time. See you again later.